Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. We are in the kitchen. I've got my apron on, so let's get cooking. Well, you have probably heard of Mississippi pot roast, and you might have heard of the Mississippi potatoes, but today we're going to be doing a little twist on it, and we are going to be making a Mississippi Swiss steak. Now, is it true Swiss steak? Of course not, but it is a recipe that is easy. It is meant for those busy days, and who doesn't have those? And we are going to put it together with just some ingredients that you won't find hard to find. In fact, you may have them already in your kitchen. So let's get this put together. So to start with, on this tray, I have about 2 pounds of round steak, and it is already tenderized. Now, if you're buying it out of the store, it may not be tenderized, but ask your butcher if they can run it through the tenderizer for you. And ours we grow and have butchered, so it's already done. And I have just trimmed it up a little bit. I do not throw my trimmings away because those can make stock. Sometimes they make soup, depending on how much I have. And yeah, just don't waste it, because especially if you're buying that stuff out the store, it is not cheap. And if you're raising it, it's not cheap. So don't waste stuff. And this is just that about 2 pounds of trimmed up round steak. So I could have done a little bit more trimming there. My trim job was not that good, but anyway, I am just going to salt it. There we go, a little bit more there. And then I'm going to put some black pepper on it. And I don't know how much black pepper y'all like, but I kind of like black pepper myself. My mama liked white pepper in cooking a lot of things like dumplings, but she didn't want the black flakes showing up in. Like she wanted pepper in her gravy, but she didn't want it showing up in her gravy, so she'd use white pepper. Do any of y'all use that? Because yeah, I don't think I even have any white pepper, but regardless, that is just sprinkling it with a little bit of black pepper and salt. And let's move on to the next step. Now, is it necessary to use a whole 2 pounds of round steak? Absolutely not. You could adjust this recipe for as much or as little as you would like. I'm just making a little more today because we have some special family members visiting, and I just want to make sure nobody leaves the table hungry. And if there's any left, well, I just take it to lunch with me, because I like leftovers. Y'all like leftovers? Now, I am not, this is not battering it up like I'm making a chicken fry. I just want a little bit of that flour on there just so it'll brown up before we get it where it needs to be for that final cooking. This is really easy. I'm just, you go in here, and I've got some oil over there. Use whatever kind of oil you like, whether it's, it could be lard, it could be olive oil, but just enough to where you can brown up both sides of these, because you're only going to be browning them for a few minutes on each side. You're not cooking them through. That'll come in that final cooking that I just mentioned. Nope, you just kind of dredging them in there. Just a few more pieces here. See, I could even cut that in half so it wasn't so long and strung out, but that's okay. Now again, this is an adjustable recipe because you can adjust it for as few or as many folks as you need to feed. But it's a little loud trying to talk over this exhaust fan, so I apologize, but I do that to suck this stuff out the house. I don't want it floating around in here. This piece wants to fold under. There we go. Now this all comes together pretty quick. Like I said, this is this portion here is really not that big a thing. It's just gotta brown it a little bit. I say brown it. You're really not. It's not like you're frying it done. It's this is not cooking it all. Don't do that. This is not cooking it all the way through. This is just getting a little bit of color on it. Getting a little bit of something on the outside. And it'll also help thicken that gravy a little bit, having that flour on there whenever you're cooking it in that slow cooker. Yes, that is how we're going to be doing the final cook, is in the slow cooker. So this is the last batch that's fixing to be going in that slow cooker. So let's let it do its thing, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Alright, in my little cast iron pot right here, I have about 6 tablespoons of partially melted butter. And to that, I'm going to add some dry ranch seasoning. Now, you use your own judgment. It's packed in there pretty good. I'm trying to put, if it'll turn loose, I think I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons. Watch, when it dumps, it's all going to just pour out here in a minute. And it may be more than 3 tablespoons by the time we're done, but I want about, 3 tablespoons. Now, if it's 4 or 5, do I really care? No, because I like the taste of ranch seasoning. Now, what if you don't like ranch seasoning? Maybe you just want to toss in some different kind of seasoning. Well, you use whatever you want to, but for a dish that's called Mississippi whatever, it typically uses ranch seasoning. But again, if it's your kitchen, you put in it what you like and what you have. So I'm just going to kind of mix that up in there together. Let me turn this fan off of this stove. I'm through cooking over there, so there's no needing it roaring in the background. Alright, so I got that turned off. I'm just going to make sure this is all mixed up. Smells good. Now you hear the lawnmower going in the background. We've had a little bit of rain here in the last couple of days, so the grass is starting to grow. This is that meat that I've got browned up, fresh out of the skillet. And just over the top of that, I am going to pour this melted butter and that ranch seasoning. Now I want all that ranch seasoning out of there because that's good stuff. And there we go. Got that out. And this is about 1 1/3 cup of beef broth. Now what if you don't have beef broth? Well, do you have bouillon? You can use bouillon. You can use store-bought broth. You can use homemade broth. Well, you can use some of that, what's that, better than bouillon or whatever. That stuff's pretty good. But you don't have to completely cover your meat because you're not trying to boil it. You're just trying to cook it. Now on top of any of the Mississippi style dishes that I've read, that I've prepared myself, they always finish them off on the top with some pepperoncini peppers. Is that how you pronounce that? Anyway, you top it off with that. Now this is a sweet heat version of it, so it's kind of got a, you know, the pepperoncini's not real hot to start with. It's got a little bit of heat on it, but this one kind of is almost like a hot and sweet pickle, but you know, it does taste good. And if you've got a different kind, if yours is just the regular ones, then you just put regular ones in there. And I'm gonna just drop as many around in here as I think looks good. I mean, you can, if you don't like spicy, you just do none if you don't want to, or if you want to do a few, or if you want to cover this booger, you just do whatever you feel like you need to. And I'm just going to scatter them around in here because I don't want to burn people out if they don't like hot stuff, which my family usually don't have a whole lot of problem with hot stuff, but I don't want it too hot just in case somebody's not feeling it today. So if I can get that, well, that one just don't want to get, there we go. And well, I think I'm going to do one more. What y'all think? I'm missing a spot over there and I don't want no missed spots. Well, you get over there and, all right. Now what if you don't have any of these? What if you don't have any of these in the cabinet, but maybe you got some of these? Well, is it going to give it a little bit different flavor? Well, yeah, but you know, it's Italian seasoning and you're using ranch dressing. I can't imagine that it's going to be bad. It may not be as warm because it's banana peppers, so they're not spicy at all, but you could throw some cayenne or something in there if you wanted a little more spicy. Now the one last thing that I meant to do a while ago and didn't do is I'll just pour a little bit of that juice in there because I like a little bit of that acidic taste, you know, a little bit of that vinegary taste. It's not going to taste like vinegar, I promise you, but it does, for whatever reason, it does make it just have a little bit different taste. And that's it. That is what will be going into the slow cooker base. I'm going to be putting it on for, you can do it 6 to 8 hours on low. I usually shoot for 8 because that's usually about the time I'll be getting home for supper, and the Crock-Pot will keep it warm until I get there. But since we're here today, I can check it at 6. If it's tender, good to go. If it's not, I can leave it for a little bit longer. So I'm going to get this cooking. Now here in the bottom of this skillet, you see that there's a bunch of brown bits and some of that oil left behind. Am I going to throw that out? Oh no. No, that will make a wonderful seasoned cream gravy. So, nope, that won't be thrown out. All right, our Mississippi Swiss steak that's hard to remember to say because Mississippi and Swiss, but anyway, our Mississippi Swiss steak is done, and so he has been out cutting wood and different stuff. We plan on having a fire this evening, and so he is going to help me do some taste testing. I'm going to grab you a piece. I'll help you.
Sure don't look like chicken.
He thought we were having chicken. We are not having chicken. All right. Let's see. Don't taste like chicken, does it? No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
That's good.
Biscuits.
Now I need some bread.
We're having biscuits and rice tonight, and of course vegetables. So anyway,
That's good.
yeah, it is good. So if you like Mississippi pot roast or anything else with that Mississippi in the name, like those Mississippi potatoes and all that, you're gonna like the Mississippi Swiss steak. So give it a try and let me know when you do.
Not sure what it is, but it's good.
It is
See ya.
good. Bye. Love y'all.